Welcome, everybody, to this edition of the Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong. I'm here with my brother, Jaquari Armstrong, friend of the show, Bill Burnett. Um, we're going to also have two others. My brother Damon is going to join us soon, hopefully. But also, Delfawn and Crawford will be joining us. Today, we're going to whatever comes to mind, let's have a casual conversation, sports, whatever comes to mind. We'll have a little bit of fun with it on this holiday weekend. So let's get it started. Jaquari, how you doing today, brother? How was your day?
I'm good, man. No complaints. Enjoyed the holiday yesterday, the Thanksgiving with my wife and everything. Tomorrow's her birthday, so I'm trying to figure out something creative to help her celebrate it. And that's just about it, bro. Ain't nothing heavy.
Okay. Mr. Burnett, how are you doing today, sir?
What's up, brothers? How y'all, man?
Man.
It's always a pleasure to be around the strong brothers, Not the weak brothers, the strong brothers,
No doubt.
I had a great I had a great holiday, man, with the family, mainly with the in-laws. Went on my cousin's house a little later that evening and my dad's side. And we had some drinks, some more festivities, and I had to go to work this morning, so I was a little tired, but I'm here, you know what I mean? So it was a pleasure. Happy birthday to Mrs. Armstrong, Corey.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate it.
Yes,
I will relay it.
Yes, sir. Please do. Yeah. I don't want no trouble from the ladies, you know what I mean?
No trouble. Not at all.
Cause she'd be like, you ain't meant to be Jaquari. What are you thinking?
I know how it is, man. I know how it is.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, I think that the good thing about it is the communication. So we all can sit around and joke with them.
Yes, sir.
If they wasn't our friends, it would be hard to live with them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm not trying to be funny, but that's real though. That's real.
That's real talk. Real talk. Yeah.
I told her, I can find me a room for the weekend somewhere. give it just a little bit of space.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
COVID.
See, my kids is old enough; they got their own places. She go over there for the weekend. My wife, she go over there. And I'm going with y'all there for the weekend and shop. Okay, peace.
That's how it was when my daughter was still in Virginia. She would go hang out with the grandbaby and everything.
Yep, exactly. Yep. So I said, okay, that's cool. I call my boys. What y'all doing tonight?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Kid, you in the city of brotherly love, ain't you right now?
Yes, sir. I'm all up in the spot, man.
Welcome to the 9-1 head of NFC LFF Eagles. Oh, the FF Eagles. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
I'm gonna say something though. I talk a little bad about the Detroit Lions brothers. I respect them. They play hard. They just don't know how to win yet. That's all. They play hard though.
First of all,
they don't want to win shit. They play hard though.
Let me say this to you. We don't need you to give us any compliments. When you
that's cool.
If you're telling me and my Lions, we don't know how to win yet. When I've been watching, look, his old tone changed when they won the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, of course.
And look,
of course.
Being a fan, you can talk that smack. This is why I'm gonna allow it. But we ain't got to accept your good guy.
They put up a hard fight.
They put up a hard fight.
Why is it that people commend a motherfucker for being able to take a punch? I never understood that.
Yeah, you're right.
I never understood that, man. Huh?
I actually need y'all to beat the Cowboys for me, but of course, y'all never can seem to beat the Cowboys for me. Let's go back to the Barry Sanders days.
First of all, y'all need to beat Cowboys.
We already did. We beat them already this year.
Oh, y'all didn't beat them with that.
Sure. They played better with Cooper Rush.
No, sir.
Yes, they do.
Have you been paying attention to the last two games?
A couple years ago, after we won the Super Bowl, me and a friend of mine went to the Eagles Dallas NFC who wins the NFC East game, and Dak was quarterbacking, and we won that game. I was there, the biggest game of the year.
What does
I
that
was.
have to do? Listen.
You said we don't ever beat Dak. We beat Dak all the time.
First of all, let me just say this. And it's not that I'm not, an admirer of the Eagles.
We know you
Right?
hating, big dog. We know you hating.
First of all, the way that y'all showed up with the Commanders
Oh,
and the way that they beat y'all
we-
behinds.
We was due that. We was due though. We was due.
What do you mean, dude?
Seasons are up and down. Float, ebb and flow. My right
man.
foot. Oh, I've
hold
never
on.
seen only one undefeated team that won a Super Bowl.
But look,
That was almost. I was 1972.
Hey,
I was
man.
2 years old.
The greatest football comment ever coined, man, was any given Sunday.
Any given Sunday, I like that. That's right.
Yeah.
hey, look,
That's right.
I'm just saying this. So when somebody lose as bad as that, and they say, "Oh, we was due for that," that's
Listen.
Yeah, we had that coming. You know what I'm saying?
Listen. You watch the game.
We had to have one of them.
If you watch the game, the refs gave us a rough road though. They gave us some bad breaks, man. They did.
Only one bad call.
They pulled that ball down. That changed the whole flow of the game.
The face mask was the bad call, but he fumbled before the face mask.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Watch it again, big dog.
Bill, I did.
We're not going to do this on this podcast. Watch it again, baby.
He fumbled before he got face mask.
You don't never change, do you, man? You don't never change.
Hey,
I thought you get older and wiser as you get older, man.
Let me just say this. Let me say this, and this is the truth. Philadelphia people remind me of people back at the crib, right? But they only got one fatal fall when it comes to their sports. They pretend that they ride with their guys, but they only ride with their guys when they win it.
I'm not going to. There's bandwagoners. I agree with that, big dog. But you know, I ain't no bandwagon.
All right, but then what
you know, I ain't no bandwagon, though, big dog. You know, I'm not no bandwagon. You know me a long time, huh?
You definitely not. I get
okay, there's a lot of bandwagon. You right, a lot of bandwagon people out there.
Yeah, but
you know what I mean?
everybody can cheer for who they want to cheer for. I ain't
sure, free country, yeah, free world.
I get it. It's just
listen. I live with a Dallas Cowboy fan, bro.
Listen.
Yes, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I live with a de facto Eagle fan, a de facto Raven fan.
There you go.
I mean, my wife got so many hats, man. You know,
yeah.
And I'm like, you know, are you, you know, where's your loyalty really lie? I mean,
exactly. See, I got Arn Payne text me every Sunday about the Ravens. Yeah. Arnold Payne about the Ravens. You know what I mean?
About the Ravens. Hey, look.
You know what I
mean? Since we on this, Jaquari and Bill's heard me talk about this. Talk about why you're a loyal Lions fan. If you have.
As far as the teams or whatever, man, you know how guys can like run down rosters from different years that like really had an impact on their life at the time or whatever. I can't do that, man.
Uh-huh.
I can't do that. I mean, I don't know player stats. I don't know, what. Hell, I can't even get it. I can't even get a game during the season right now. You know, it's about man, you know, the home cooking, man, you know, because especially now that I'm in an area where, you know, I rarely meet a person from Michigan, let alone a person from, you know, close to home as Detroit is to where, you know, Ipsy. So, I mean, I ride, man. I mean, basketball, you know, football, you know, hell, hockey. Detroit has always had a hard-nosed attitude, man, and I like to think that that's something that I convey in my personal life, you know, and not only because of the teams or anything, but that's just how we bred.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, that's we thrivers.
Oh yeah.
You know, and that's the city, that's the state. I was when I was in North Carolina, and you remember when I was working for Blockbuster Key.
Yeah.
I was in the Blockbuster in Durham, and a guy came in with a black dude came in, and he had that Lions hat and a Lions jersey, right? And I was like, when I see black people, I'd be like, yeah, you a Lions fan? You from Michigan? Yeah, I was born in Michigan, and so I was born in Detroit, but I was raised in Ypsi. And I told him that I was born in Detroit but raised in Ypsi, and he said, "Oh, you one of them." I said, "Oh, one of what, brother? What are you talking about?" Oh, you ain't from the D. You ain't the real Detroit. I'm like, who? Really? You said that to me? You said that to me? You don't even know me. You said that to me, man. Like you can't be no more than 25, 27 years old. Okay. At that time, I'm 30 years old. Hell, I'm more Detroit than you is, brother. Because that's a bitch ass thing for you to say. I'm at work.
Yeah.
Right, but that's like, hey, you a bitch. You a real bitch. we in the hinterlands here, bro.
I got you.
If somebody came in here and said that, I'm whooping everybody from Michigan, me and you would be the only one taking the pressure. And you gonna come at me with this?
Right.
Fuck you. Get the fuck out of my store.
Hey, you know what that is? To be honest with you, when I see somebody do that, because you gotta understand, Bill will tell you this. Going to Pitt, we had people from New York, DC, Philly, you know what I'm saying, Baltimore, Jersey, right? And the ones that always prepping their joints like loudly, like I'm from New York, I'm DC, I'm this, DMV, blah blah blah, on that, they would searching for identity.
Right. Right.
See, that's why I learned that a long time ago. Like, bro, you talking smack and you loud about where you from for a reason. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right.
I had a good friend of mine, but he was always on that Brooklyn this, Brooklyn that, at Pitt, Brooklyn this, Brooklyn that, right? So we up at the courts, and I looked at him, and I had an argument, and I said, "Yo,
probably choked a bit.
Brooklyn is not gonna help you fight. It's exactly
ain't gonna help you right now, bro. Yeah,
it ain't gonna help you fight. So you need to quit. See, some people are gonna back down when they hear it. Detroit, Philly, New York. They go. You know what I'm saying? DC. They gonna back down when they hear that, right?
That ain't what it's for.
Because they're not fighters. You feel me? But the ones. Now, this particular dude, I'm not going to call him out because, like I said, he's my friend. I don't want to embarrass him. This particular dude was on that kick, right? Next thing I know, he ran into a Pittsburgher. And the Pittsburgher picked him up and slammed him no less 10 times.
Damn.
Now,
10 times? Did he live?
Bill, you know me. No exaggeration.
Did he live?
Listen, Bill.
That's a lot of times to get slammed, man. It's
Bill, that's
a lot of time.
That's why I'm not going to say his name because this is no exaggeration. No more than 10 times. And I tried to break it up at 2. But he was like, no, Keith. No. Give me mine. Let's go. I said, bro, he just slammed you on your neck and shoulder twice.
Do I know him?
Win.
Do I know him, Keith?
No, you don't know him.
Okay.
I said, you're not going to win.
Well, let me ask you something, Keith. This after or before you probably choked him out? Which one is it? Before or after? Because Keith good for choking somebody at a basketball court.
No. Hey, I know you're wrong for that. But
one time we were playing together. He got mad at me while I'm breaking my hand, trying to choke me out right before I started working. You know what I mean?
So, first of
he
all,
feel like a little brother or something. You know what I mean?
First of all, my man got it backwards. It was just after I was finished playing. You know what I mean? I'm up there recreation. So, Big Bill graduated from Pitt, then he moved back and was going to start working in Pittsburgh. So we up at the gym. I'm working. I'm the law enforcement thing. So we up there doing our little rec stuff, right? Now, we was playing, and I don't know how did we collide or something. The Bill tripped, but what ended up happening was I stepped on his hand.
Stepped on his hand, my hand. Yeah, he did.
And Bill was mad. He didn't know his hand was broke. Bill was mad.
Because I kept playing.
We was on opposite teams. So now all of a sudden, the anger in him, he got the Rams. You know what I'm saying? Which I understood.
You hit his dance up, man.
His hand is hurting, right? So I'm like, yo, chill out, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, my man, Bill is a big dude, right? So he's like, man, hold on. I'm mad about this shit. You don't know why. You know what I'm saying? His hand is broke.
It started slowing up and everything.
Yeah, look, we started jostling. Then I was like, you know what? Somebody got to end this. And I ain't gonna no. He like, Bill like a little brother to me, man. But I was like, yo, you need to chill out. But his hand is hurting and he's angry as shit. So I
got one on.
I'm a grown man. And I need to do something about this shit. So what I did was, instead of hitting my friend, I grabbed him he said I grabbed him by the throat. But it was like a little. Yeah. I'm like, chill out. You know what I mean? Then I felt bad. I really did.
Go sit down.
I took him home. We went to the bar after that. I took him
of course.
Home.
Top of the O.
Yeah. But I took him home. The next day, he was supposed to start work. And he said, no, you was going to the interview, wasn't it?
No, I was going to start working on 3 to 11. And they saw my hand and put me on a night shift until my hand healed up.
He called me. He said, you broke my fucking hand.
I know he didn't break my hand on purpose. He stepped on it though.
Hey man, I felt bad because it was unintentional.
It was accident. I think I fell behind you. I fell behind you. You were stepping backwards or something.
Because I was, we was running on a break.
Yeah. And I must have tripped or something.
Yeah, man. But
so,
I felt bad.
So you took him to the bar. Why you ain't take him to the hospital?
Thank you, Spoke. Thank you.
None of us knew that it was broke.
The next morning, it swelled up real bad. It's sort of like as a boxer's break. My hand got black and blue. That's when I had to go to the hospital. Well, I went to work with a black and blue hand. They sent me to the hospital. They put in the cast. But you're young, you heal quick. I healed like 30 days. It was done. I think I tore the cast. I just get on a regular shift. And I thought it was better. So it's all good. Yeah. All fun and games. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey, Bill. I'm gonna give you the same question.
Okay.
I want you to get the Philly love. Why are you a Philadelphia Eagle? What? Philadelphia sports fan.
But when I was growing up, the city loved the Sixers. Dr. J, Mo Cheeks, eventually Moses Malone came over. The Sixers was like the proud team of Philly. The Eagles like the laughing stock. The Phillies was okay too, but the Sixers was and the Flyers, of course, the Broad Street Bullies. I kind of get it more from my family, I believe. Like my mom was a loyal, dedicated Eagle, Sixer, Philly hockey, But she probably ain't watched much of the game. But every Sunday or every time they played, she turned on and leave the room. Come back, check on the score. She said they gave her, heart problems when she watched it, especially the Eagles and the Sixers.
Yeah.
So I guess I got it from my sisters, my mom, my uncles was all, sports fans. Now, in fact, in Philadelphia, there's more Eagle fans now than ever before. Now, also now everybody want to be Eagle fan. You know what I mean? Before they won a Super Bowl, we had Dallas, Import, Steelers, New England Patriots. My son, New England Patriot fan. You know what I mean? So it probably came more from my mother, my family, being like that. So I'm loyal. I'm loyal to an extent. See my dog trying to get in the video.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I'm probably getting more for my family. You know what I mean? So I love my city, so I try to always represent. I try to represent. Even though it's Philadelphia, so many fair weather fans. You know what I mean? And so that's all. I'm gonna say, why I like Detroit. Detroit got the prettiest colors in the whole NFL, though. Them colors is sweet.
I like it.
I thought Sport was gonna say that.
Look. The Thanksgiving game, man.
Yeah,
them uniforms.
they be hitting.
Look, and the uniform that Barry broke the 2,000-yard mark in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
I've been looking for that damn jersey forever, dog. For real. I love that.
Yeah. They had some great players too. What's his name? Calvin Johnson.
Megatron.
Barry Sanders. Yeah.
I mean, look. I'm gonna tell you, our great players are Hall of Famers.
Yes, sir.
But
they are.
We were winning NFL championships. We didn't win any Super Bowls. We don't have Super Bowls yet.
I know. You want
let me tell you something. Me personally, I understand that I am a fan because the Lions, the Pistons, the Tigers, and the Red Wings taught me how to win and lose by being a fan.
Yeah.
That's it. Because, I'm just speaking sports-wise. Because, man, when it comes to kind of trans life, man, because it helps you to understand winning and losing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right.
About that.
I've lost a lot in this city, bro.
Oh yeah. We're gonna keep it lighter, but I'm gonna get a little heavier because I want you, just
come on, let's get it.
As far as you and I, we have this history. We went to school together. I mentioned you, and we had
17.
we had this history just of knowing each other. Right? So what I ended up doing was I introduced you to the Pittsburgh streets. And audience, I'm not talking about streets. I'm talking about going to bars, because one thing I love about Pittsburgh and what I love about Philadelphia, reminding me of Detroit, where they got bars, neighborhood bars.
Yes.
I love that, man, because you have a connection with people in those bars. You know what I'm saying?
You combine with the community, yeah.
You really do. And so me and Bill, I introduced him to the Pittsburgh bar community.
Yes, you did.
And Jaquar, you know this, from Sunday all the way to Saturday, there's a different bar to go to in Pittsburgh. That's when we was there.
Yes.
Like Tuesday was Wing Ding night. Remember that?
CJ Barney.
Yeah. Wednesday across the city, Bill.
Wednesday
across the city. Wednesday across the city was ladies' night.
Yes.
What club or bar? It was ladies' night.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Thursday was you pick the bar night. You know what I'm saying? Now tell me something. Bill, when did you start going to clubs? Like nightclub, like clubs. Even though they had them in Philly, when did you start going to clubs on the regular?
On a regular?
On the regular.
Probably Pittsburgh. I guess Travelers and all them type of clubs like that.
So about how old were you?
Maybe 19, 20, going 20.
When you moved back to Philadelphia, right?
Yeah.
Were you mostly in bars, or did you start doing the club thing?
Probably more bars. Me and my boy Truck would go to some type like this little place called Fizo downtown, like a happy hour in the clubs, like half drink stuff like that. But we wasn't really club dudes, you know what I mean? We was more like bar guys. But I did do some clubbing. We hang out. We not dancers, so we don't dance. So we kind of hang on by the bar, huh?
That's what I was getting at.
Yeah, we hang by the bar.
There's a difference between a bar guy and a club
Right.
guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about in toughness.
Right.
Because Jaquari, what do you consider yourself, a bar guy or a club guy?
I'm a bar guy.
Huh?
Well, yeah, that's a good word. A hybrid, man. You know, I like to have fun. I like to have my kind of fun no matter where I am. You know, so as far as you know, dancing and being jovial or whatever, man, it depends on, you know, the amount of liquor.
You get jiggy like that?
Listen, let me tell you
really,
something.
I just, you know,
Let me
get out there flowing a little bit.
Hey, look, he's my brother, but let me tell you something. Jaquari, when it comes to getting on that dance floor, when Jaquari's like 25, 26, he used to get on that floor and we would go to a club and be drenched. Whoosh.
What?
Yeah. Look,
How did I ever seen Jaquari at the club then?
Oh, then look. You did. You wasn't paying attention.
I might not have paid attention.
Remember when y'all came down?
I probably at the bar drunk, huh?
No. Think about it, Bill. Remember when y'all came down to North Carolina for my first birthday?
Yes.
That Friday when we all piled into the expedition.
Yes.
We went to the club.
30 plus.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, black tie.
Yes.
Black tie.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot about black ties. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't have bars in North Carolina.
No, they don't. They don't.
Okay.
Not what you're used to. No, not at all. Maybe downtown.
Okay.
But then they're more geared toward like family type of deals where you walk in. Like just explain to everybody. Go ahead, Jaquari. I need you to chime in. I don't want to skip over you. Start back from Highburg. You know what I mean?
Just, man, it all started from, me realizing what my motivation to go into the club was, man. I mean, everybody I was, when I was with my friends or whatever, they go into the club and they hunting or whatever. I've never been successful hunting in the club, never.
Right. Go.
I would go and just be miserable or whatever because I was always striking out. It was a competition, man. How many numbers you got? I wasn't the type to come out and be like, I wasn't no smooth talker. So as far as me getting numbers and everything, that was always like a dead issue with me, man. So I had to find my motivation to go to the club. I love the club. I love the music, and the atmosphere and everything, man. But my reasons for going weren't the same reasons as my friends. So I would go and, I'm like, we all sitting at this table or whatever, and they giving the I'm about to come holler at you stairs and everything, and that ain't work for me. So I started asking women to dance or whatever, and that's how I started putting myself out there. Always watch like public television and everything, man. And I would watch programs about animal displays and all this and all that, and there was always a lion and roar. Okay, monkeys a howl or whatever. But there was always a physical display of this is what I got to give you.
Sure.
So that's what I did. I took the verbal out of it, man, and it showed that I was mobile.
Okay.
Just keep it, just keeping it family. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Just
I
I was mobile.
that.
Like, hey, look,
hey,
you gonna have fun? I'm come fuck with me. You gonna have fun?
Yeah.
I'm buying drinks, so you gonna get a nice little buzz. I'm gonna feed you, brother.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Hey, look, before we move on, I just want to acknowledge Keith Barnes, one of my old partners. Put it up.
I see what you said there about the claw. I like that, the claw. That's right, Keith. That's right.
I had to change that up because realizing that there's camera phones out here, even though if I grabbed you, it's justifiable. So I don't have nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? But it's funny how it's perception. You feel me? It's the perception of everything.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well, Bill,
Yes, sir.
just let this touch on. Cause I always tell you this, and Jaquar, and I think you kind of picked up on it. I want you to comment on it also after we get Bill's response. Bill has always, as long as I've known him, he's always been able to talk to women on a level where either he's cussing them out or complimenting them. They understand where he's coming from. And I said to him, because
Cussing them out. Cussing them out.
yes, sir.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You see the straight face? Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead.
I said he has that ability because he had 2 older sisters, and he was
3.
3 older sisters, and his mom. So he understood the whole code. You understand? And it's amazing to me. And I'm not talking about this as a suave dude because he may be, but
Not suave.
It's crazy where Bill would talk to somebody and I would curse him out. You know what I mean? And then if I would talk to somebody, he would curse them out. But he would have more. He would gain more than I would. I would become the bad guy, the ogre. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
That might be some light skin or something. That's all. I'm not much of a threat. You know what I mean? Maybe. I don't know.
So, what I just said to you, Bill, is there?
Yes, sir.
Do you think there's any merit to that? My opinion, I'm talking.
Could be. We was wild. Especially college. We was wild. I mean, the alcohol get the flow. I don't know. I respect the ladies, though. I try not to. You know what I mean? I try not to, be disrespectful.
You're going to respect the ladies because you're sisters, bro.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I guess just a personality trait. I don't know. I couldn't really explain it, Keith. I don't know. Personality trait, That's how it was with my sisters. One minute, how siblings are. One minute be loving each other, next minute be cussing each other out. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So, I guess that's just part of it. You know what I mean?
So you understand the ebbs and the flows when it comes to interaction with.
I guess so for the most part. I'm still learning though.
Mm-hmm.
I got one head with me. And I'm still learning. And just they never. It's. One minute I'm the good guy, next minute I'm the bad guy. You know what I mean?
The bad guy.
The bad guy.
So
I gotta say, man, that I was blessed to find my wife when I found her, because as far as being out in the world, man, and producing on the level that I felt like I needed to be producing on, man. If I was to have to do it today, I give me a puppy. I had to give me a puppy or something, man. I don't think I could move in the world and be out here dating, man, and and not develop a negative attitude. You know what I mean? But I realized that all that shit is surface in the beginning. It's all surface. It's all surface, man. It's an etiquette now that I don't necessarily think that I could adhere to.
Right.
Like if you meet a female or whatever, and y'all go out and have a drink or have something to eat or whatever, man. How soon is too soon? To text and check on her.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't how I'm cut.
I do it right away. It crossed my mind. That's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, without no motives, but just trying to make sure you safe.
You good, right.
Especially if I'm the last person she was seen with.
Are you saying that women nowadays don't like stuff like that, Corey? That's what you're saying, like
when if you do stuff like that, then you a simp. It's certain things, it's certain chivalrous things, it's certain gentlemanly things that I was raised with that if you do those actions, if you know, if you make that those things a part of your relationships or whatever, you consider it a simp.
Okay.
You know, like when like my coworkers when they meet my wife, you know, I hear the women, you know, like next time I see him, I hear the women talking about, you know, well, I know who run that house and all this and all that, and I'm like, wow, for real, that's what you get from that, from me, you know, conducting myself to, you know, what I think is according to the situation or whatever. I'm always a gentleman. I've said that on this podcast 1,000 times. I'm always a gentleman to everyone,
Mm-hmm.
to everyone, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and my wife didn't train me to do that. These are traits I already had when I met my wife. And I'd like to believe, you know, those traits were, you know, a positive part of why we together today. But you know, just because I show genuine concern for you, you want to call me a simp.
Yeah.
You want to you want to take the dominance away from me.
Mm-hmm.
That's not normal to me, man. So I don't think I would be very good in the, you know, the world today as far as dating. I don't.
We old school. We old school, Corey. You know
But
what I mean?
here's the thing, though.
I don't see nothing wrong with it. You know.
No, there's nothing wrong with it, first of all. And here's the thing. I really feel like if a woman has to be that way or a man has to be that way, point out weaknesses in what they feel is weaknesses in somebody when it's common courtesy.
But I don't see how that's a
Hey,
weakness, though. I don't see how that's a
but
weakness.
that's
Right.
that's my point,
You'd be
though.
Right.
surprised.
Here's the
You'd be
thing,
surprised, Bill.
because when people hurt by somebody, when people are hurt by somebody and they want to lash out because you seem to have gotten it straight, you seem to have gotten it to the point where you happy, and you might be struggling in yourself, but they might see you happier than them, right? Like, it's hilarious to me when a woman say to me, try to, and they have, and they paid for it. And I'm not trying to talk no shit like, you know, I'm this, you know, this guy who gets this revenge, or no. What I'm saying to you is this: I speak my mind. So if you insult me, and I feel it won't, you know, if it's I can't excuse, you gonna hear my words.
Right.
I'm not trying to win this argument. What I'm trying to do is cut you as much as, and it's not all the time, because I don't look to do anything but to exist with people, you know, coexist, right? But if you cut me, and I'm like, what? You know, WTF? You know what I'm saying? If I say that,
Right.
I'm on you. You got that? You know, look, you got that echo, bro. You good again? But yo,
Somebody, my
so
phone was ringing for a reason.
So
Correct.
my thing is, honestly, I look for my inner peace.
Yeah.
Like Keith Barnes on the screen right now. He and I have talked many, many times.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll tell you, I've always said to him, if he sought my opinion or I forced it on him,
Right.
I said I basically concentrate on how much you yourself, man, because that's key in every relationship that you ever have. Because the more you love yourself, the more that you're not gonna put up with no garbage.
Mm-hmm.
It's about the,
Go ahead, Corey. Go ahead.
it's about. Now I'm just saying, like in my dealings with women's, am I dealing with women, man? You know, I've honestly never tried to, you know, deal with them, you know, from a point of them being at a deficit. A lot of women are used to being approached by somebody, you know, and it'll turn into a situation where, you know, what you bringing to the table, what do I have to offer? And okay, well, we can talk about that, you know, but those are things for later conversations. You know, we here right now, I'm trying to figure out if we connect anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
We're not going to the altar.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not totally out of the question. Not with me. It wasn't, at one point, but I don't need that validation. You
Mm-hmm.
know that I'm gonna real talk moment, man. I never really was comfortable with the woman calling me daddy. It always bothered me.
Oh yeah.
Always bothered me. I mean, and that's just like you'd be surprised on who how many dudes get off on that shit. Don't get off on that shit. I
Oh
mean,
my God.
I don't need you to I don't need you to be in a like I said, at a deficit or a child's place.
Yeah.
You know why it's funny? Because
We're supposed to be equal.
that is so real though, dog.
Right, it is. It is. I never
Why
heard
do we
about
call? Hey Keith, why did we use our father's first name? Well, we called our father. Well, this came from him because I tried. I was a kid. I tried to call him daddy because everybody else was calling their fathers daddy. He said, "No, son." He said, "Daddy is what women call men that they trying to get something out of."
Mm.
So I
So
said, "Okay."
what did y'all call him?
We
we
called him
call him
John.
by his first name. Call him
John?
yeah.
Yeah.
And look,
Then I started watching Sanford and Son, and we started calling him Pop.
Pop, yeah.
because I'm gonna tell you, it's a crazy thing. Jaquari started calling him Pop, right? And then my brother Damon started calling him Pop. I still call him John, right?
Okay.
And the reason why I did that was I asked him. I said, "Hey, should I call you Dad? You should call you Father." He said, "Son, what are you comfortable with calling me that and still seeing me as your father?" I
Mm-hmm.
said, "John." I said, "Well, I've been calling you John your whole life." He said, "Well, I'm good with that. You good with that?" I'm like, "Yes, sir. Yes, sir." But look, because it was no mistake, that was my father.
Right.
When I introduced him, that's what I said. This is my father.
Mm-hmm. And that line was never crossed, man. And I got from him, man, the confidence to not need that.
Right.
I don't need validation from other people, man. I carry that within me. So
Your dad seemed like he's very sure of himself. He let y'all call him by his first name.
Oh man,
And he's really he was confident dude. Like y'all knew what it was.
let me tell you.
confident to the point of cockiness.
Because a lot of pops won't lie to parents won't lie to kids to call them. You know what I mean by their first name, especially men with their dad. You know what I mean?
Look, let me
Yeah.
Our father was a hell of a man.
I wish I could have met him.
Flaws and all, Bill.
Everybody got flaws. Everybody got flaws. Yeah.
But here's the thing: he never ran away from his flaw.
Okay.
Saying, and that's why I said I introduced him as my father.
Yeah.
Man,
Right.
Cause I'll give y'all a little example, right? When I was in high school, I was recruited heavily with football and basketball. Like this, I was that guy, right? So basketball coaches would come to my house, and I think they had some kind of little fucking book, on how to go into a black person's house. Always address the mom. All up to the mom. We're going to take care of your baby. We're going to do this. We're going to do that, right? So I always had a problem with that because my dad he said it, I'm the king of this castle. I'm the king. I mean, and I always looked at him in that way. So any coach that did not, and when my father is sitting there with us in the coaches meeting, right? And if they didn't address him,
you weren't going there.
I wasn't fucking with him.
Right.
But I told them this. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
And it was about them trusting the fact that a 17-year-old kid telling them, yo, my father run my fucking house, man. And my mother is an equally strong woman, but guess what? She defers to my father when it comes to things, right? So it was a coach.
You the king of the castle, right?
It was a coach who came to the house, and my mom and father knew that I was seriously considering going there, right? So my mom was always the trailblazers with stuff, right? Where blackness, the whole nine, right? So we sitting there, and the coach kept talking to my father, right? I mean, to my mom. So my father gets up, and he walks upstairs to the room without saying a word, right? And the coach looking puzzled. And he said, "Did I do something wrong?" My mother looked at him and said, first and foremost, you didn't hurt his feelings. He just knew that he wasn't wasting
going there.
She said, you should have addressed him because he is the head of my household. Now,
Good thing that she had his back too. She had your dad back. That's a good
I'm
thing.
gonna tell you, no. I'm gonna tell you this. This was a deep conversation. It changed my life. She said, he will listen to what I feel and make his decision when it comes to that. But you understand that man that just went upstairs? That man that just went upstairs pretty much will make or break whether or not keep coming to your school.
Mm.
And you just told him for 15 minutes. You know, the coach, coach is all red-faced dog. And all he was doing is apologizing for the next 45 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
What got you to go to Pitt, Keith?
Huh?
What got you to Pitt?
I graduated in 82. And that was Georgetown and North Carolina playing in the final. I was over a coach's house, Eastern Michigan coach, head coach, Jim Boyce, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
A well-respected coach, right? We were over there watching the game, and he didn't come recruit me into the end. And I would have considered going to the university in my hometown, Eastern Michigan, and he came.
Right.
You know? But he heard how everybody else wanted me. Now all of a sudden he came in, and it's no fault of his. He came in like, I know you coming here because blah blah blah, pip, right? So we over his house eating. Jaquari, remember that? We over his house eating, watching the national championship game. Georgetown was recruiting, right? But they had came in late.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm watching them. Pitt was in my ear, right?
Payne was a freshman then, right?
Yeah, he was a freshman. Pitt was in my ear, come a year behind him. Pitt was in my ear. And it was Georgetown and Pitt, the only schools. Now, of course, I'm going to pick Georgetown, right? But Georgetown.
John Thompson, yeah, heck yeah, go ahead.
They had sent me a letter, stuff like that. But Pitt came into the crib twice.
Right.
So I'm looking, and I saw that game. Everybody know how that game turned out, a hell of a game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I said to myself, I get to play against them. I said, I'm going to Pitt. I said it to myself. I was like, I'm going to Pitt. Because we was going, my freshman year was the first year in the Big East.
Dr. Roy Chipman, right?
Yep, for Pitt. So I was going to go, because like I said, Georgetown sent me a lot of letters, but I ain't hear from a coach. And the crazy thing about it is, when I announced I was going to Pitt and I signed the letter, Georgetown called me.
Was it John Thompson?
I talked to him on the phone.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I told him, I said, Coach, I just signed and all that. She said, I tell you what, I think you would have, he just was complimentary, right?
Good.
He said I could help his program, right? And what the greatest thing about it is, I was a John Thompson fan because my father bought me his autobiography. I read it in high school. You know what I'm saying? So other than going to Michigan, right? One day I'll tell you about the Michigan thing. But
Okay.
other than going to Michigan, Georgetown was I wanted to do that because he was 6'10". You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I love Georgetown. John Townsend's the man. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I played basketball, I would have probably liked to go there. Would love to go there.
So that was the whole thing.
Yeah.
You know.
Because he seemed like he cared about his kids to me.
Mm-hmm.
He had that genuine like fatherly love for him. You know what I mean?
Hey, look, it was the perception, man. You know.
Okay.
It was. You know. All right. Well, I tell you what. We'll start with you, Jaquari. Any regrets in your 20s that you think you might have had? It could be across the board, none in particular. But is there any regrets that you think you had?
Only, and this is general, man. The only regret I believe that I do have from from my early 20s is my mid to late 20s, man. You know, decisions had already been made, and I was doing what I was doing. But my early 20s, man, I truly regret not having some semblance of a plan, man. You know, because as far as I was concerned, when I graduated from high school, I wasn't dead set on playing sports in college, period. But I felt like that was the only way that I was going to get that done. You know, going to college. I mean, but sports, I mean, shit. Sports was always secondary, man. You know, to the point where I didn't, I only practiced hard and try to get better during the particular season. You know what I mean? I didn't plan, to like it's funny. I was going to Eastern Michigan. You know, when I graduated, I was supposed to be going to Eastern Michigan to play football, but I didn't prepare for it. I didn't plan for it. You know what I mean? I would have shit figured out a way to get out to Hollywood, man, and start doing my thing there, man. Seriously, you know, because it's no. It's never guaranteed that I would have been a mega movie star or anything like that, but I'm sure that I would have been somewhere in the industry. I would have been making money off of off of entertainment. Had I taken a chance on myself, man, and did what I wanted to do. That was the only time that I truly had a desire to do something. I didn't want to play football. I didn't want to play basketball, man, but I wanted to be famous, man. As far as personality or whatever, I thought I had a good thing going, but I didn't know how to capitalize on it. But had I like I said, made a plan and invested in myself, I would be a lot happier, because I don't know that I necessarily love what I do. I think what I do is important, but as far as the love for it, I think I could have had a bigger impact had I pursued what I love, because I could talk about doing what you love from a place of experience.
You write at something, Jaquari? Do you write?
I do anything. I do anything to make you feel.
So why do you think it's too late now? It's out of curiosity. I mean, I don't know if it is or not. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, motivation. Hell, I got a mortgage. It's just things. It's just things that I think that.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
It's just certain aspects that I feel like anchors me. A little more, and those things. I owe a debt to those things.
Mm-hmm. I get it.
It ain't never too late. It ain't never too late. Right. I get that. I understand that, but like I said, shit. My wife,
connect with the right people. You never know.
Yeah. But who are they?
That girl from Philly got that show, Abbott Elementary. I don't know if y'all seen it. Abbott Elementary.
Yeah. I could tell, like her and the principal chick. I could tell they Philly girls, man.
Yeah,
I
they
could
straight from the
tell
hood.
they're Philly girl. Yeah.
I never heard of them. I heard they hooked up with Shirley Roth and got to connect through some type of like something. I don't want to get the line. I don't know for a fact, but from what I read, and she got connected. I mean, she ain't no youngster either. You know what I mean? So
Yeah. But
she
the
ain't
principal,
old.
yeah,
The, not the
the
principal. The principal. Yeah, no. Yeah, I guess she's the principal. Yeah, your little short. Yeah.
and the main actor, they both from Philly, right?
Mm-hmm.
The principal, I was like, the first time I seen the show, I'm like, I
The
know
principal,
her.
little shorter one. The shorter one.
No,
She's
that's the
shorter on the
teacher.
principal. That's the teacher. Okay, the teacher. Yes.
Yeah,
I know she's definitely from Philly.
yeah.
Yeah, she
I was
definitely.
like, I met these. I met these ladies before. I know these ladies. I'm like
Yes,
it's
sir.
you know what I mean? The accent and everything. Like,
yeah.
like I
The
know these
principal,
people.
the principal is a stand-up comedian.
Okay.
She's very good too. All right, boy. Same question to you, Bill.
I mean, I don't know if I have any regrets. I think I partied too much. I partied too much.
What does party too much mean to you, Bill?
Hanging out with you, drinking and every no drinking and I don't think I took school serious enough, man. I look back, I should have went to grad. I should have did more with my, bachelor's really don't get you nowhere. Just something to put on your resume. It don't really make you no real money or nothing like that.
Back in our day, it still meant a little something. Now
It was significant for being like the first one out your family to do it, things like that. But you got to get the higher education and get that real. You know what I mean? To me, I mean, I could be wrong. But the fields that we were in, I was in. You know what I mean? So,
you don't think it was a door opener?
Oh yes, definitely a door, but no question, no doubt. It's a conversation piece, yes, no doubt. Yeah, but
because as far as education goes, I've met people since I've been in the state of Virginia, man, who work for the government, and I'm talking about top tier positions, man, who started working when they graduated from high school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know people like that too.
And they were just
and they
grandfathered.
around. The grandfather wrong. Yeah.
And these people are like, as far as information, man, these people are the sharpest people in the building.
Sure.
And that's just from work experience,
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what avenue you take. Like, you gotta think about it. CGS with us, Bill, and our concentration. Down here, it's not like it anymore. But if we were to get our masters in our field, we could open up homes. I got a couple coworkers and friends that open up homes for kids.
Mm-hmm.
And it's federally funded homes. So these, I knew guys and who were my age and a little younger when I was in my 30s, was on the verge of being a multi-thousandaire. Mm-hmm. But just to speak on that, you know what I mean? And it was kind of the question: Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
I look at every mistake that I made, because I say mistakes, but really, are they really mistakes, bro? You know what I mean? Pursuing something, because if we learn from it and we're actually in a good place, and what we can do is reflect on, okay, if I get that opportunity now, I know I can recognize it and what it is. You know what I'm saying? And that's the key to it all. Because, look, let me put it like this: the whole premise of this podcast is to have conversations with people, everyday conversation, right? Because if you really are into podcasts like me, they're controversial, there's more comedic, there's everything, right? But what's overshadowed, not ignored, but overshadowed, is this kind of conversation. What we're doing. What we're doing right now is chopping it up amongst each other. You feel what I'm saying? because really and truly that pushes the progress. Everyday people are the glue to this society. But what do we concentrate more on? And this is my opinion. What we can concentrate more on, we concentrate on what the celebrity thinks. Because if I walk past that celebrity, me personally, I walk past that, look at me like, damn, that's a tall motherfucker. And keep walking. He won't stop and say, yo, that's an interesting dude. I want to hear what he got to say.
Mhm.
You know, but guess what? If I walk past him and if I'm in one of my um, inquisitive states, I'm like, yo, that's Bip the Flip. Yo, man, how you doing, brother? Da, 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 da. And this motherfucker don't really want to be bothered. You know, he don't really want to be bothered, but he's gonna smile and hey, how you doing? Oh, thank you, brother. Appreciate you. And there's nothing wrong with that. But what I'm saying to you is, we need more promotion of this. This is why I get out something out of this every time that I get this platform. Because we're just talking. What are we doing? We having a conversation and just picking each other's brain. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You know?
You've been talking about this for a while, though, big dog. I remember. You've been talking this for a while, man. I'm glad you made it happen.
I tell you, I think that's why I get a lot of joy out of it. Because I have been talking about it for a while. You know what I mean? And not grandiose thing. It's like, yo, I need to talk about some shit, you know, with some people. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You
You
know?
see,
Yeah. I wish I had that though, man. I wish like with the Big Dog Chronicles and everything, man. I wish I could just like pull my camera out and have something on my mind and expound on that shit, man.
I don't know
And
why he stopped doing it, man. I don't know why he stopped doing that, man. I used to look forward to that Big Dog Chronicles, man.
You know what I think it is somebody like me needs to work and need a purpose, right?
Uh-huh.
I have not included social media in my realm of purpose. Other
Okay.
than other than this, you know what I'm saying? Like
Okay.
I would get on there with the Chronicles, and y'all need to check those people who don't know about the Chronicles. Y'all need to check out. But it would be after a workout in the middle of my competitive state, or something that's on my mind, or something that I let leak into it, or some tragic circumstance, or somebody going through some shit that I let leak into my workout. And as I'm listening to my music, I'm actually thinking about that particular thing, and then I post it. You know what I'm saying?
You say some good shit though, big dog. Make you think in the mornings, man.
mhm.
Get you going. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think it's purely, in my opinion, accidental. If I was purposeful, I'll be walking, I'll be writing fucking books and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But one thing I've always believed in is always been a vessel. Always been a vessel. Where
Yeah,
Can
you
I ask you?
where is Fluky at, man? Where you at?
he's under the weather today, man.
Okay, I'll give him a break. I'll give him a break this time.
Yeah, I talked to him. I talked to him earlier.
I'll give him a break this time.
He said he was
Can
gonna try to make it.
Can I ask you why you had this notion that it's not purposeful, that it's an accident?
Because in every conversation I had, in every moment that I said something with the Chronicles, I've tried to recreate it this on a sober mind, and I struggled with it. So what I understand is I'm being fed in a spiritual way say these things. Not trying to get too deep. That's how I feel.
Well, let me ask you this: as far as human beings go, man, what's the best point for a human being to learn something? Is it in the morning when they wake up, or is it in the evening when they go to bed? It's been scientifically proven.
Morning.
I feel the evening.
Yeah, the best time for a person to learn something or a process is right before they go to bed.
Okay.
And I bring that up because there's right times for you to do things, man. If you feel motivated to speak on a subject after your workout, then that's the time when you do it. And for you to go outside of that time, you're not being true to yourself. There's times that what is it? I forget what it's called. No, there's times that we produce do it, and it's got a lot to do with our circadian rhythms.
Okay.
So, the times that, like I said, after the workout, when he was doing the Chronicles or whatever, that was the right time for you to do it. There's no reason for you to try to recreate that.
I see.
Because you was producing.
Go ahead, Dr. Spook. Go ahead, brother. I like that.
That's
I like that. I like that, Doctor. I'm gonna call you Dr. Spook, man. You know what I mean?
And also we're gonna pause for a moment so we can give people a chance to Google circadian. Bill was like, it sounds
What
familiar.
happened? Say it again.
It went right past you. He said circadian rhythm.
Oh yeah. I've heard that term though.
I know
I
you
have heard
did.
that term. He blew my mind when he mentioned it. I said, okay. I can't figure out where I heard that from, but I heard that ring a bell somewhere.
That might not be the right term, so don't
I know, right?
Don't hammer me too hard. That's why I said it quick.
I was ready to Google, but I can't even. I was going to Google that. Where that come from? That sounds familiar.
But see, that's the thing, man. Doing a podcast, I don't want nobody Googling me and shit, man. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody fact checking me. Like, what the fuck?
Okay.
For real? Fact checking me? Seriously? Like, sit in the room with me. Sit in the room with me. Because, if you do, you ain't gonna care.
You ain't gonna care.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I got some good some good shit from Spoke. Yeah, it might not all be right, but
right, but you came by here. I got
look, he had the right energy with it, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I know it comes from a place of concern.
Yeah.
That's my whole. Yeah. I say it because I love
it. You see what's on the screen. I want y'all. I'm gonna read this and then I want y'all to give me your opinions about it. I had it up there for a minute. Is there one person that inspired you in your 20s that motivated each of you? And the 20s is when you go live on stage, life, in my opinion. Okay. I always draw from people's experience. We'll start with you, Bill, if you're ready. If not, the choir, you go.
I can't pinpoint. I had a lot of people inspire me. I mean, I guess Big Dog, you kind of was one of my inspirations. Get me caught up in the youth, dealing with youth, because you got me my first job. That's a hard question. I guess like you said, inspiration comes from a lot of different places. And definitely was no entertainers. I guess for me, just being around successful young black men going to college, coming out of a hood where school wasn't something that was thought of as a good thing, you know what I'm saying? And being around brothers from different areas, different places, kind of motivated me when I see black men getting education and getting working and and becoming successful was my motivator. I can't say it was one person individual. My mother's always my inspiration. That's always my heart. My uncle, he's always been there when I was a child. You know what I mean? I really can't think of one person off the top of my head. Maybe it'll come to me later on that actually inspired me when I was in my 20s. I guess it's being around like brothers getting degrees, Keith, Bruce, guys like that. I mean, Meach that helped me, Andre Mullins, people like that who kind of was leaders and educated and still from the streets too, though. You know what I mean? So I guess I don't really have one. I can't really pinpoint any. Maybe I'm missing something. Maybe somebody bring it to my belt, bring it to my attention some later on. I don't know. I just can't think of nobody off my top of my. It was a combination of things for me. It wasn't no one individual for me.
Okay. I mean, that's good though. For real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I align with Bill on that, man. I mean, as far as inspiration, man, I was never inspired by one person to do just one thing, man. I was
Right.
always inspired. I was always inspired by the drive, by
Mm-hmm.
the by the push.
Mm-hmm.
Because I see people, standing next to me doing the same things I'm doing, man. And outside of those things, man, they had it in them to want something more
Right.
or something different than what everybody else wanted.
Right.
My issue was, I knew I wanted something, but I just didn't know what that thing was.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as inspiration, man, shit, in my young 20s, I soaked it up, man. I was a part of this, a part of that,
Mm-hmm.
searching. I spent a lot of my 20s, my whole 20, my entire 20s searching, man, trying to figure out, not necessarily who I was, because I had a pretty good idea, man, but how I could contribute to, a situation. You know,
That's
I
real.
had a lot of anxiety, like when I moved to North Carolina, like, what at this point in my life, what do I bring to a family? 'Cause that's what I was, wanting to, focus on or whatever. And I didn't really have a lot of opportunities to express what I had to bring, so when I found that situation, I poured everything into it. And for a long time I thought that was the right thing to do. And I'm not saying that it was the wrong thing to do, man, but when you don't cut away that certain, cloth for yourself, then who are you really doing this for? All our situations are designed to complete us. My
Mm-hmm.
interactions and my success with my family adds to my work life,
Mm-hmm.
which adds to my social life, which adds to this, which adds to that. It all builds upon each other, you know. And shit, uh, I'm still trying to figure out a way, to do that and to bring, certain successes to my life. Hell, monetary success,
Mm-hmm.
social success, you
Mm-hmm.
know. But I also, over the years I've been in Virginia, man, I've also come to the realization that we ain't supposed to feel good and do good at this, all the time. We're
That's
not
right.
supposed to we're not supposed to be successful all the time. That's not a survival instinct. Constant success is not a survival instinct. You rarely learn from situations you win in. Rarely does
What did Denzel say in Fences? You take it the crooked with the street. You take the
yes, sir.
crooked with the street. I don't know if y'all
No,
seen Fences, yeah.
I was in it in Central. I was in it.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You
His
take the crooked with the street.
one of his Jaquari's major skills was acting.
Good man, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I've seen him in a number of plays, man. That's real, a number of them. So you know, he was my brother, but I saw talent. But
Okay.
let me address this real quick. The question is, Keith, you my man. So your question is a great question,
Yes, it is.
but a little bit. The thing that I can say about this question is this: there are some people out there who get blessed with that one person that shows them the path to walk in their 20s, and we talking about the 20s. It's that one person, right? But really, I think, in my opinion, the majority of us, what you and Bill were talking about, Jaquari, where there's bits and pieces. You know what I'm saying? Bits and pieces of people that you meet along the way. I think the main source of inspiration had to do with the people, our caregivers, the people that we depend on, our parents, the whole nine. See, I can speak personally. What I speak personally is I spent the majority of my life doing this to people, extending my hand. Come on, man. Go. Started with my brothers, and it branched out to my friends when I went to school, when I was in high
Mhm.
school. Come on, man.
Mhm.
We don't need to be here. You know what I'm saying? Because
Mhm.
to be honest with you, I think it's an ongoing process. And you have to really take it in like, yo, you never complete. We are never complete, no matter how successful we are at that moment and the moment after or the moments before.
Mhm.
We're never complete as human beings because we always have work. We always have work. And I think we do ourselves a disservice when we say, I've done enough. Because it's not enough, bro. You know why?
Mhm.
Because you're growing. We are growing. We're all growing into something. I'm 58 years old, bro. And I know I have a long way to go. And I'm forward to it. I haven't forgotten what I learned, though, because I
Right.
got people to teach, to come.
Mhm.
Feel me? To teach, you know? And that's my take on it. It's a great question, Keith. It is. But I think people who have somebody that comes in their lives in their 20s, that's an extra blessing for them. Because everybody else, I think we got to piece it all together.
I'm gonna give y'all a quick example, real quick, if I can, Keith. If I can.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got me a job at Schumer Center. I came out of college, I was struggling to find a gig. You got me a job at Schumer Center. So as I got dug into Schumer Center, I always appreciated it. I always thought highly of you there because you really got me going in my life. You did. You was like a big brother to me. And I had a chance to give it back. Andre was in the kind of same situation I was in. And you was, you know what I mean? And I kept thinking about it at work one day. I remember Drake saying something to me. I said, this is my chance now to, what I'm saying, to give back. And I said, Dre, you're gonna work with kids. And first he was kind of reluctant. Like, I think I met Dre already on the podcast. I think before with y'all, with you strips for Dre. And
Mm-hmm.
he was a little
Mm-hmm.
reluctant at first. I said, listen, he's hard head, but we can make it happen. You know what I mean? He got the gig and it made me feel good. Like, damn, keep inspiring me, you know what I mean? To inspire somebody else, you know what I mean? So sometimes experiences can, be a great teacher also. You know what I mean? Who got the background,
Yeah.
Keith?
Who's that?
That's key.
That's
But
Keith.
Bill, but Bill, look what he did with it though.
Yes. Yes, I'm saying. Right, right,
Look what he
right.
did with it. Like that. It
Yeah.
was basically, he offered him,
Yes.
the opportunity, and it was a humbug situation. He was like, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, all right. But look
Yeah.
at him now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's just
In fact,
crazy, man.
Keith was like the father. Keith got us all like in that pathway. Because I almost became a cop. I almost became a cop. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. Became a cop because I was like, I couldn't really do a whole lot with my degree. You know what I mean? In that criminal justice field. But Keith got me going. I had a chance to get Drake going and took us big places. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Oh
I
yeah.
always felt bad, man. Like especially like coming through high school, it was always a handful of like black teachers, man, who everybody just like went to, and oh
yeah,
man, that's my
gravitate.
heart, and
Yes.
and this and oh she is
Yes.
this and or oh he is that, but those teachers ain't had that relationship with me, man.
Right.
I didn't
Right.
have I didn't have that relationship with those teachers, man. And it wasn't because of some kind of animosity or distance or anything like that. You know, they just understood that it was a certain amount of something that they that they wanted to extend to certain people,
Hmm.
and there's nothing wrong with that. I just never had that experience. So
Right.
so
Right.
like when,
I get it.
whenever I would have conversations with people about somebody who had an impact on their life like that, I would sit around quietly because I didn't have anything positive or negative necessarily to add to the conversation. So I didn't want to be that guy.
But
Hmm.
and then just to chime in on that, a lot of times those teachers, because of their heart and reaching out, they recognize, because I was the same, they recognized in you that you didn't need it. See,
True.
that's the blessing that God gives people like that. They understand who needs it and who
We
doesn't.
don't need. That's true too. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? I really believe that. You know what I mean? And I had teachers, I still looked up to them, but we didn't have that that kind of relationship. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But you gotta think about it. I had fathers and uncles who I had that kind of relationship with. So it
Mhm.
was a no brainer. Like, yo, yeah, take care of them.
Mhm.
I appreciate what you're doing because this young man and this young lady needs it
Right.
more than I do. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
But it also put me in a space, man, to where especially working with kids, man. I extend myself, man, and I go out, and if, whether I'm in the classroom or walking past a unit, I go in there and I touch everybody's hand and I say, "What's going on with you, brother? You good? If you need
Mhm.
something, holla at me, and we'll see what we can do."
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's, I mean,
I do the same
if
thing. Yeah. Walk
I
over.
feel,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, I feel like if I
Especially
would
the
have
hard
had
hit
that,
ones, right? Spook.
oh yeah,
Especially the hard
the
hit
hard,
ones.
the hard. Sometimes, Bill,
I got to know them the
I'm,
best.
yeah, sometimes, man, me and a couple of other people are the only ones who could sit in the room with the hard head ones, man.
Exactly. Exactly. Yep.
You know,
True. Yep.
so that little extension, man, could make a big difference.
Mhm.
And I don't, and like I say, I don't hold no animosity or no bitterness to for those people because they put their resources, in other places. But
You know,
in a
I used to train new people, right? Spoke, and I used to tell them it's easy to discipline when you get a relationship with them, with a relationship with a person. It's easy to
so
discipline.
much easier,
You know what I
so
mean? Because
much
they trust you, and respect you. They know you care. It's easy to discipline them
easier.
without putting your hands on them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, shit yeah, shit yeah.
All right,
Mhm.
well, let me
Running up on fights, man, and everybody stop.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
They
That's
know you.
ultimate respect.
They know
That's
you coming to put them 10 body slams on them too. So they worry about that too.
not necessarily, but I'm
You know,
preaching,
we know
man.
we know it run the Armstrong family. You know.
But I mean, but when I'm look, if I got to grab you up, and put you down, I'm in your ear, like, hey, man, look, this, this ain't it's happening and it's over, and we can get past this, man. But you
Yes,
got
sir. Yes,
you
sir.
got to listen to me, and you got
That's
to
right.
trust
That's right. That's right. That's
me,
right. I like
because
to
this is
tell
just
people, new staff too, if you do got to put your hands on them, go ahead and talk to them after it's all over later on. You know,
Yeah.
got
everybody
to.
cool off. Go on down and
You
talk to them.
have to. You
You have to.
absolutely have to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You absolutely have to because young black men definitely respect motherfuckers pissing on trees. They respect the big dog.
That's
That's
right.
all the OGs and everything. Shit. I mean, how many
Mm-hmm.
times in the hood did you witness motherfucking old heads coming up punching dudes in the chest
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
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 and then buying sodas and ice cream and shit?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
You
sir.
have to.
Yeah.
You know. Shit.
All right. Well, look, we coming to close in this situation, and this is a great episode, man. I appreciate both y'all. So what I'm gonna do some house cleaning, and then I'm gonna give you the questions, then I'm gonna do the house cleaning. So the question is, and this is more on a lighthearted side, if you could change anything about who you are, anything about
Good
who you
question.
are, what
Wow.
would you do? All right? What would you change? I think all three of us answer this question. And like I said, this is lighthearted now. So let's do this. This is Strong Perspective Podcast. What we're here to do is service everybody with a nice, wholesome conversation. I invite you to go to our YouTube channel, Strong Perspective Podcast, like, share, and subscribe to us. Subscribe to us so we can get up there and get caught up in the algorithm we need to be in. Because I really believe that our platform gives a lot of people uh, something to believe in, some hope, some conversation to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
We're planting seeds, is what we're doing.
Yes, sir.
What we're trying to do is bring conversation back to the forefront. That's what we're doing. Nothing more, nothing less. But like I said, go to our YouTube channel, like, share, and subscribe. Strong
Better, you
Perspective
better.
Podcast.
You need
Look,
that.
I got too many friends on here. Y'all can take us to 1,000 if it's just from my friends list. I'm not talking about Jaquari's or Bill's, my friends list. And it'll take you
Keith,
2 minutes to do it.
show them the claw, Keith. Show them the claw.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Look. With that in place, I'm gonna thank you guys again. But we're gonna go to the question. Bill, we'll start from you.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
What do you think?
Let's both start, man. Let's both start this
All
one,
right,
man. Let's both start this.
The one thing that I would really change about myself, man, is the fact that I don't really have a middle ground. You know, it's either I'm either at 0 or I'm at 100, and I don't know where that came from, because I don't know a lot of people that's like that. I mean, but that it kind of adds to my standoffishness. You know, a lot of times I don't extend myself because, you know, I see what I believe to be traits in people that I don't really want to deal with in the future. And there's no telling how many countless opportunities that's cut me off from. Seriously, you know.
Gotcha.
I said it on here 1,000 times, man. If I say that I don't fuck with you, it doesn't necessarily come from a place of animosity, man. It's you know, like, you know, I've seen how you act, you've seen how I act, or how you go, or how I go, and I just don't see us meshing. It doesn't necessarily mean that I have anything bad to say about you, but you know, that philosophy alone, man, has probably cut me off from countless opportunities, man. You know, it's brought some semblance of peace in my life. I like to believe, but us, you know, earlier in the conversation, man, you know, it ain't nothing supposed to be easy all the time.
That's right.
You know, so what work, what development that I cut myself off from, and have that attitude. So, you know, just being a little more open to people, man, and you know, and meeting them where they are. That's what I would change.
Okay. Yeah, I got. You know, I wish I was a little more. I wish I would have read more. I don't read enough. Like I'm not. You know, like I said, I wish I took education more seriously. Education was fun, and I was already getting over just to get what I need to get to and get out of there. You know what I mean? So I wish I read more. I wish sometimes I wasn't as like I'm too not easy going, too friendly or too soft, but I let people get away with a lot when it comes to me. You know, I'm a people's person, so I take a lot just for the sake of getting along. You know what I mean? Like just so there's gonna be no drama. So little things like that. I wish wish I was a little bit different. That might become being raised by women too. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't really take things personal. Some things I probably should have took personal in my life and fought harder, but I didn't. You know what I mean? So I guess reading more and just being a little bit, things like that. Nothing too drastic. Things like that. You know what I mean? I wish I was a little bit more as raising these kids. I wish I was a little different growing. I was so caught in myself sometimes. I mean, I was young. And I might have been thrust into some things. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Out of love, which kind of hurt their development a little bit maybe. You have my daughter on, as you can see. So, things like that, little things like that. I wish I could change.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? They say take the crooked with the straight with the crooked. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Keith?
You know what? To be perfectly honest, what I would change is turn my confidence meter on full tilt.
Mm.
On fucking full tilt. Because here's the thing with me. I humble myself purposely. And the reason why I do that is because I am a problem solver by nature. It's what I do. Mostly because of the confidence that my mother, father gave me to help raise my brothers and look out for them. So I look for ways to solve the problem, whether it's through force or through negotiation, the whole nine, right? But what ends up happening, you don't service yourself enough.
Uh-huh.
And that's key to your success, I feel. And I'm not talking about being an asshole. I mean,
I get it.
it's
I
easy
get
to,
it.
it's easy to
It's
be
a
an
good way to
asshole.
put it.
It really
Yeah.
is. But the thing about it is to understand, okay, you know you deserve this, and you know you could say something to do it, right? But you let other responsibilities come in to influence this. And I think I've never made a wrong choice. But self-care is very fucking important, man.
Yes, it is.
It's very important. Because what it does is it helps you to maintain your sanity.
Yes, sir.
Maintain your sanity. You know what I'm saying? So I mean that's something I would change. I would turn that motherfucker up high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I don't think things wouldn't be any different, but I would feel a little bit more better. Then
Right.
it wouldn't change the course of my life because guess what? You two know me. If there's a problem and I need to step in, I'm gonna step in. I ain't gonna sit up here and you know what I'm saying?
Uh,
But I'm talking about self-care. That thing where when everything's said and done, when everything is said and done, right? And you guys had those moments when you like, man, I made it happen.
yeah.
Everything's good, but it's that one thing that's gnawing at you. And you hear that little voice, yo, motherfucker, you forgot about me. Well, you better get me next time.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I said, I would turn it up full tilt. I'm gonna put this up on the screen for John. And as I put that up on the screen, thank Eric Harris, John, we appreciate you, man. Keith Barnes, we appreciate you, brother. You know what I mean? Aunt Liz, we love you, baby. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Love you very much. And we're gonna be here every Friday. Hook or crook. And it's about conversation, it's about laughter, and it's about education. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But look, hey John, great comment, brother.
Yes, it is.
Great comment.
Makes
That's
a lot
why
of sense. Yeah.
on the screen. You know what I mean? But this is Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm your host, Keith Armstrong. With my other host, Jaquari Armstrong. Damon, we love you, brother.
Yeah, bro.
Where was you at, man?
Get
I
better.
see you.
Get better.
Hey, man.
Delfawn, we need you to get your equipment fixed, damn it.
Hey, Keith, I think he knew I was coming on the show today and talking about the Eagles. He ain't want to show his face. That's what I think it was. You talking about said that too. He got my cell number. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Spoke showed up. I respect that, Spoke.
Yeah, look,
Huh?
special guest
wait.
Bill Burnett, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, I'm glad I came on, man. It's always a pleasure, man. Y'all know my family. Always a pleasure.
Always.
Hope y'all invite me back again anytime.
Oh, yeah, man, you know you got an open invitation, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But like I said, this strong perspective. Stay on, Bill.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, we'll be back. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe with us, baby. Go ahead. It'll take you 2 minutes just to subscribe to it.
Please do. Please do.
Like,
Peace.
share, subscribe, because I'm ready to get on. Peace.